Hey there, comic book friends. I'm Travis. It's time for an edition of What the Fugue, where I talk about what's going on with me in my world of comics. How's it going, everybody? We're rolling into the end of the year. This is probably the last official What the Fugue of 2014. This weekend will probably be the last official comic book roundtable of 2014. Speaking of comic book roundtable, it will of course be at 6:30ish Pacific time, 9:30 Eastern time. If you live here in the States, I'm not sure what time that is anyplace else, 2:30 or something like that in England, and I don't know what it is in the future, sometime Sunday morning. Hope to see as many of you there as we can. Those of you who have been on the show before, come on again. Send me a tweet or a message in YouTube saying, hey, I want to be on the show. We'll get you an invite. We'll see if we can get 10 people all lined up in the whole hangout, and we'll have a good time. Of course, I had mentioned in the past that I was going to hopefully float some questions out there to have everybody answer as far as, you know, things to talk about on the show. And that hasn't happened. I was going to have it today, but that's not going to happen. It is the season, and I work at a level of retail that is extremely busy this time of the year. I'm lucky I can get videos out like this and spend a little bit of time with my family. And I just haven't had the brain capacity to come up with questions besides the typical things that people do at the end of the year. And I find lots of times those lists very frustrating. You know, favorite artist, favorite writer, favorite. We'll talk about all that stuff on the show, but I'm not going to make a big list to have it. So we're just going to kind of wing it. We're going to talk about whatever comics in 2014. So I'm sure we'll talk about who we think was the best writer, who we think was the best, you know, artist, and we'll have those conversations. And I hope that you have those conversations with us. I'm going to be actively watching all the comments. I've got a couple different places I can watch comments, so hopefully we'll catch them all. The other participants who will hopefully be on the show will help catch them, and we'll have a good time. It's just going to be a party. We're just going to talk comics. You know, it's the last week of real comics coming out. Unfortunately, because of the holiday, I actually don't think I'll get mine on Friday like I normally do. And even if I get them on Friday, I won't have the time to actually read them. Typically, I've got plenty of time on Friday to read most of my books, and then I can catch up with what I haven't read on Saturday. I am actually filling in at work on Saturday also, allowing my employees to have some vacation time and some holiday cheer also this year. So, that being said, anyway, hope everybody shows up for that. Should be fun. We should have a good time, I hope. Just going to be a good laugh. Now, not to say that next week, the week after, you know, the holidays, the week after Christmas, that there won't be any videos. It's just there's less chances of there being videos. You know, I might do my review videos because I actually have comics to review, but there won't be a round table because rolling into that next week, I think there's only, you know, a half dozen to a dozen comics total put out because that's one of those odd fifth weeks. And so nobody has much in the way of books coming out anyway, so I'm not going to probably do an official comic book roundtable. If I have time and inclination, I may still do a hangout. I don't know if it'll be live. Maybe let's hang out with some of my friends, talk some comics, because that's always fun to do. Be amazed lots of times how often we spend another hour or more talking about comics and stuff after those 2-hour Google Hangouts that we do. After we turn the camera off, turn the feed off, you know, we're still talking books. You know, we just do because we all love to talk comic books. That's why we're here, right? So that being said, went to the chain store and picked up Angela, Asgard's Assassin. I kept hearing good things about it. Reader 1717, T-Bird, Mercy's Little Show, all were mentioning this book, so I thought, you know what, I'll try it out. I love everything I've ever gotten to see of Stephanie Hans. I really like their stuff, the artwork, that's what the cover is, I believe. And I know there's a lot more of that style of art coming up in the books I'm excited about. Seen some great covers. So I actually put it on my poll to try out for issue number 3. But I thought, well, it hasn't been that long since this came out, so we hunted down, see if I could get it. Got it. I hear it was well hidden, but did find it. Did read it. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of a cool first issue. I don't know a whole lot about Angela. I actually know more about the litigation around the Angela character than I actually do how the character fits into the Marvel Universe. This gives me a little idea of that, where she lands in the Marvel Universe. I mean, I had heard through my reading of Loki, Agent of Asgard, that she's like a lost child of Odin. So that's kind of interesting. Looks like they're going to play with that some in here. So, yeah, real excited. She's kick-ass. I mean, yeah, she's... she's the scantily clad warrior to a degree. And I guess you could say in a ridiculous way, but I don't know, it doesn't seem that ridiculous at the same time. I love that huge belt. That's a great design on her, I think. And there's a potentially interesting story that's going to be happening in this. So I liked the first issue. It was fun. And the art is awesome. Both artists. Who's the other one? Of course, Phil Jimenez. So yeah, solid art in it and a decent story. So that'll have me on it for at least an arc. I will say this though, of course, there it says AR. And for me, the AR in this works like shit, just like any other AR that Marvel has in these things. I don't know what it is. My Android phone, it's a new phone. Up-to-date app. But man, I can never get that stinking thing to work, hardly ever. I mean, I think there were some Deadpools that I got to work on, and I think I got to work on some Fantastic Four way back in the day, but I didn't realize they were still putting AR in stuff, but there's at least one page of AR in here, and I couldn't get it to work. I suppose I could go to Marvel's page and look it up, because this is the AR page. See, there's the little AR, but you can't get the damn thing to work. Or at least I sure couldn't. If you can, let me know. Was it cool? Is that a fun feature? I don't know. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And you know what? I also think it's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm not reading Thor, and I was going to get Thor. Went and looked up to see if Thor was there last week to pick up Thor. With the new Thor in it, they didn't have issue 1 or 2. So yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I may end up waiting for trade to pick it up. But I've kind of been liking this new style of these Asgard characters, or at least the secondary characters. They're kind of cool and kind of fun. So, yeah, I'm glad I picked that up. So, what else is going on? I don't think there's a whole lot of news. Everything's in the wind down for the end of the year. Most of the big 2 are closing up shop this time of the year, so everybody actually gets some sort of vacation. I'm assuming, except for the freelancers. Freelancers are probably still working like crazy, because that seems to be the plight of the freelancer. But yeah, that's it. I just want to wish everybody a happy holidays. Whatever it is that you celebrate, whether that's Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever else is out there, or no celebration at all. Maybe you just get some days off. Maybe you got a big overtime paycheck if you worked retail and had to work your keister off. Hopefully all of the customers weren't toxic. Hopefully there were a few customers that brought some joy into this time of the crazy retail year, if that's what you do. Yeah, I will be enjoying my version of Christmas with my family. And I hope all of you do too. Have a great one, everybody, and I'll see you on the weekend for our party on Comic Book Roundtable. Have a wonderful time.